Welcome to Beyond the Trailer's coverage of the 2012 Academy Awards, giving you an in-depth look at the top categories. And be sure to cast your vote for who you think should win in our poll at tinyurl.com/BTT Oscar Vote 2012. There's even a write-in section, as this year the Oscars are snub central. Now let's take a look at the nominees for Best Animated Feature.
A Cat in Paris.
Yikes! Animated films might be as plentiful as ever, but they're not exactly getting better. And as a result, the Academy had to really think outside the box this year with its Best Animated Feature nominees. But then again, A Cat in Paris isn't so outside the box. Continuing the trend of last year's nominee, The Illusionist, this is another French animated film. It's nice to know that somewhere on the planet Earth they're still making hand-drawn animation, and really getting the most out of the medium by showcasing a distinct artistic style. Maybe this inventive approach is what we need to do here in the US, rather than let hand-drawn animation die. A Cat in Paris is only the third feature film from French animation studio Full Image, and tells the story of a cat who lives a double life. By day he is a policewoman's cat, and by night a burglar's cat. Hopefully nominations like this and high-profile categories will encourage mainstream audiences to be a little more adventurous, a problem that the artist is having as well. Hey, it's fun to try new things, right?
Chico and Rita.
And speaking of adventurous choices, we have not one, but two this year in the animation category. Chico and Rita, which is definitely an animated film for adults, is the first animated feature from Spanish director Fernando Trueba, who previously directed Belle Époque, which won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film back in 1994. On Chico and Rita, Trueba has teamed with artist Javier Mariscal, a noted Spanish artist and designer. Together, they tell the story of a songwriter and singer as they meet in Havana and follow one another to New York, Las Vegas, and Paris in the 1940s and 50s. Again, it's exciting to see hand-drawn animation not only so alive, but being experimented with.
Kung Fu Panda 2. Puss in Boots.
What a segue! How do you go from those two movies to Kung Fu Panda 2 and Puss in Boots? But in a year where Pixar has taken an embarrassing misstep, it's a huge win already for DreamWorks Animation to have not one, but two movies in this category. See, every year since the category was introduced, Pixar's Movie of the Year, when they had one, was nominated. Even the original Cars. And much to DreamWorks' annoyance, Pixar has only lost twice, to Happy Feet and Shrek. But now with Cars 2, Pixar has had its first snub. And while neither of these movies will probably win, although they're both very good, Jeffrey Katzenberg has already won by showing that Pixar is not invulnerable. Then again, didn't Pixar really do this to themselves?
Rango.
With Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson's Tintin also snubbed, boy does the Academy hate motion capture, Rango is the new favorite to win this category. Which is kind of hypocritical considering that while Rango doesn't use traditional motion capture, all of the actors did fully perform the entire film on camera for the animators to reference. And while Walt Disney also had his animators reference live-action footage, that was more for body movement than personality. But who can blame anyone for wanting to make sure they capture Johnny Depp's personality? If Hollywood could bottle it, they would. And also of interest is that this movie is produced by Graham King, as is Hugo. King could be walking away with 2 Oscars this year, which would be well-deserved for trying to hold both computer animation and 3D to a higher standard, something the industry and audiences desperately need right now. And those are the 2012 Best Animated Feature nominees. Who do you think deserves the Oscar? Leave your comments down below, and don't forget to vote in the Beyond the Trailer Oscar poll. It closes on February 18th. I'm Grace Randolph, and I hope you'll check out the rest of BTT's Oscar coverage.